Hey everyone, this is Keith Scott from out in Sydney, Australia. I'm one of the voices of Bullwinkle J. Moose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kenny and Andy McPhee.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny and welcome to Relentless and Unstoppable. We have another amazing guest coming on the channel today, so please hit like and subscribe. And after this episode, please stay tuned to the RNU channel for more amazing guests. Let's get this on!
Hey everybody, how you doing? Just a quick little share of why I started Relentless and Unstoppable. It was for one very simple reason, because of Doug Kenny. Nothing to do with me at all, zero. I was just coaching Doug, and he took on the coaching and mentoring, and he made all the changes. He took all the suggestions from his parents as well as my coaching, but it was all about Doug, his breakthrough and his weight loss, his willingness to accept that he is dealing with high functioning autism and other issues, but he's never quit, he's never given up. So we did one interview with him to share his story, and then we decided to start interviewing other people. And Doug has now taken over the whole channel, and he does all the interviews, he runs everything. He's just an amazing young man. So RNU was born from simply what an amazing young man Doug is, and his story needed to be shared.
And then...
Well, you have to be very clever to be deceitful.
Yeah, and you have to have a backup plan,
Yeah.
Sort of reminds me of in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie when Norrington captures Jack Sparrow and is like, I thought we'd have to endorse some manner of ill-conceived escape attempt,
That's a good line, isn't it? That's great.
Yeah. Well, at least we've heard of Jack Sparrow.
We certainly have, oh my gosh, in ways that I don't even want to think about.
Yeah. So, how amazed are you that the movie is still spoken about to this day, and that over 60 years later, you would go to conventions for it for young fans, and then run into David Frankham?
I think it's like the icing on the cake. I think it's lovely. I think it's just wonderful. And I've enjoyed every minute of talking to people about the movie and what we all did. It's been truly a joy.
Yeah. Describe your first meeting with David, the actor of Sergeant Tibbs, by the way, fans.
Oh, we met at the Hollywood show. It's an autograph convention in Burbank at the Marriott by the airport. And somebody said, there's a guy over there, they pointed over to where he was, who was Sergeant Tibbs on 101 Dalmatians. And I said, really? But I didn't get over there to talk to him because we were all busy, signing autographs. And then a fan asked to have their picture taken with the two of us. So they pulled us out, and we went to go have our picture, and that got us started talking to each other. And he's just so lovely. You just fall in love with him the minute you start talking to him. And then we were on another show in Bakersfield, which is funny. And we really started talking to each other because we were next to each other. And that was wonderful. And from then on, we've been fast friends.
Yeah. Is he doing good and still rocking things to this day?
I don't know. I haven't been talking much to anybody because I'm moving and I'm packing. And that's the only thing I can think of right now. I did a show in Missouri, and then I started packing. And it's packing is hard work, and I don't like it very much, but you got to do it. And so there you are. I'm almost all packed up except for my kitchen and my pantry and the closet under the stairs, which is awful. So, yikes.
Yeah. When I first moved to Scottsdale a couple months ago in Arizona, I was packing up my stuff from my mom's home, and because I lived with her for a bit after high school, but I was packing up my stuff, and it was so hectic that I forgot, sadly, to say goodbye to Bunny.
Oh no!
Yeah, I had to FaceTime my mom a day later to say sorry to Bunny.
Oh, Bunny, that's so cute.
Yeah. So, yeah, I love that dog to death.
I know, our dogs are wonderful. I have a puppy right now. She's 6.5 months old, and she's quite the spitfire. I've had pugs over the years, and she's a pug, but she doesn't act like a pug. She's really hyper. So I don't know about her, but I'm sure she'll calm down. I've had puppies before, and they weren't like her. She's just all over the place.
Yeah.
But she's awful cute.
I've had dogs in the past as well, but none of them are like Bunny. She has a colorful personality, and she was actually a COVID rescue during the global pandemic. We lost one of our previous dogs just months before the virus came to the earth, and we were thinking about sort of slowing down on the pets, but we got an opportunity to adopt some dogs at a nearby shelter, and so we decided to take a look. And the minute we entered the shelter, the first dog in the first cage was Bunny, and the minute she saw us, she picked us. She hopped on the fences to try to lick us, you know.
Aw, good.
And so we looked over a few dogs, but we decided pretty much from at that point that it was likely going to be Bunny, and so we adopted her and took her home. But the thing was, she had to have a surgery a couple days later, so we had to go back to the shelter, and she was in shock when we got there because she thought that we were returning her, and wondering.
Oh, isn't that awful? Oh my gosh, that's just, oh my gosh, poor baby. That's the hard thing about having pets is you can't talk to them. You can't explain. Poor thing.
I wish that we could have. I wish we could come up with, a bark translator or something.
I know. Yeah, but then I know I have a rescue, and there are things that it's like, what are we doing? Well, when we first got her, and I'd take her bye-bye in the car, she was always afraid, and I'd be meeting friends or something. She was always afraid that I was dumping her on the friend. And but now I've had her for almost 3 years. Oh no, it's been 3 years. Yeah, and she's fine now. But boy, how do you explain to them? It's awful.
Yeah, it is. If they ever do come up with a bark translator, though, I can imagine what Bunny will probably say when I put it on her. She'll probably be like, "Can you stop taking pictures of me for your Facebook?"
Take more pictures of me.
Or that, or she'd probably say, "Can you maybe switch up the meals a bit and every now and then give me a prime rib or something?"
Yeah, really. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So what are your hopes for the future now that you have a chapter in Las Vegas ahead of you?
I just want to get the house done. Oh my God. I just want to, and it's going to be a big job. It's a big house, and it's got 4 bedrooms, and it's large. And so this is going to take me months. Yeah.
So is it a Dalmatian plantation?
Well, the guest room is going to be a Dalmatian room. I'm sorry, I had to go there.
Maybe you should write a song about moving to Vegas,
if I could, I would.
So, yeah, you have a lot ahead of you in Vegas. You can always look at the Hoover Dam. You can take a ride on a sports car at Ron Fellows' driving school, or there's gambling, in casinos, and there's also rides.
Gambling. First of all, I'm a sore loser, and it never even enters my mind. It's very weird. I don't like it. I think if I lose, I think I could have bought a blouse for that money. So, needless to say, nobody has to worry about me and a gambling addiction. Watch,
right.
All of a sudden I'll become an addicted gambler. That'd be really funny. But no, and I looked at the Strip, and I don't ever care to go there again, except somebody said, my friend Shannon, she said that there's a great Italian place at MGM Grand that has an appetizer. It's a bread appetizer that she said she'd kill for. So I'm going to have to try that. But other than that, I don't care.
I sure hope she's not killing anything that would involve a coat.
Well, she's an attorney, so she could get herself off.
Yeah, hopefully it's not involving a fur coat.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. She's very involved in animals and all of that. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I should tell you that there was a point when I was younger where I was a very big sore loser, and not only that, but when I played flag football in high school for a few years, I had a huge habit that I've grown out of where I gloated to people no matter if we scored or not. I always was gloating whenever we scored a shot or won,
So you were sort of obnoxious.
I was obnoxious and, saying like, in your face, And when it was in my teen years, though, it got way worse. In fact, when I was in elementary school, they had to limit the games I played because I just couldn't stop gloating. And I just remember in my final season of flag football, it was the game one and the first play, and we scored, and I gloated once again. And guess what happened 10 minutes later after a pause?
What?
I get a match penalty and am ejected for the rest of the game, and that was...
Oh my goodness.
And that's where I learned that I had gone too much, and they just were done with it,
Well, they put you in your place.
They did, and I ended up missing the rest of the season because of it, and so, yeah, I learned a lot from that.
Gee, that's all we have for Relentless and Unstoppable. So tune into the next episode to hear more amazing stories from amazing guests. This is Keith Scott from Sydney, Australia, saying so long, and I'm smarter than the average bear. Gee.